Good morning, I'm Clinton Griffiths as we continue to follow the latest developments of avian influenza in dairy cattle. Cases are continuing to creep back up in commercial poultry flocks. The latest we told you about last week in Iowa, impacting more than 4.2 million egg-laying hens at one facility, and egg industry leaders are growing concerned. The United Egg Producers President and CEO Chad Gregory saying in a statement to Politico that the latest avian flu outbreak is, quote, the greatest threat to American egg producers. He went on to say that on-farm biosecurity is at its most stringent levels, but despite that, the egg industry has lost flocks to the virus in recent weeks, adding, quote, this is a sad and difficult time for affected farmers who must act swiftly to prevent the spread of the disease and go through an extensive recovery process, end quote. Meanwhile, the beef and dairy industries also continue to keep watch on the virus. The Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service now reporting 69 cases in dairy herds, but still confined to 9 states. Ag Day's Michelle Rook joins me. Michelle, Colombia remains the only country that has imposed restrictions on the import of U.S. beef because of this.
Yeah, that's right. Despite the fact that the U.S. and Colombia have a free trade agreement, starting on April 15th, Colombia banned U.S. beef imports from the 9 states that had reported high-path avian influenza in lactating dairy cows. The good news is that despite those restrictions, U.S. beef demand in Colombia remains strong.
The U.S. meat industry is doing its best to overcome this trade barrier and meet the needs of Colombian customers. U.S. Meat Export Federation officials tell Ag Day they're doing that by sourcing beef from eligible states.
However, we do have plants in other states where export certificates are now being granted and import certificates in Colombia are also being granted. So some trade has started back up, but clearly the supply is going to be more limited. But yet we still believe there are some really good opportunities given the situation.
Rescio says that while this impasse must be resolved as soon as possible, the prospects and business climate for U.S. red meat remains strong, with demand from retail and food service sectors.
We feel very good about the market and the demand for U.S. beef. The wet market is still the traditional method for marketing protein in Colombia, but you see this growth of supermarkets. This food service business is increasing tremendously on the higher end, and so that's our customer. The top 7 to 10% of the Colombian population, that's really our customer. That's our sweet spot right now. And so yeah, the scene is changing. Restaurants have opened back up. Everything is where we were pre-COVID.
He adds that the Colombian currency is strong relative to the U.S. dollar, which is also positive for meat exports. I'm Michelle Rook reporting for Ag Day.